Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone and rule well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Those in the gospel, broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is a quick lesson through the spirit titled, Man's Foes Will Be That of His Own Household. As you see, tensions among families, especially upon entering the truth. I'll just say it straightforward, man. Family ain't really shit. Okay, especially if you serving Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai and you have diverse point of views from their worldly standards. Family members is really it can be a hindrance if you don't have the spirit to deal with it. You know, in most cases, you know, brothers are pretty much self-sufficient and they can just leave and do what they have to do. But overall, man, your family ain't with you in this thing. All right. And you got to understand that your family was given to you as a thing of the world. But through the spirit, they're not really family, because Yahweh Shai said it. He said, those that do the will of my father is the same as my father, my brother, my sister. And your family ain't doing the will of the Heavenly Father, man. That's why when you come into the truth, you notice you may have a brother that's in the faith with you, a blood brother. And that's if you're lucky. The Lord raises up another man of your same lineage to go out here and labor with you, which is a beautiful thing, because the scriptures say two are better than one. But most people that's in the truth, you know, we don't have people that's in the truth, man, that's in our families. I mean, we may have people that know they're Israelites, but nobody is going hard and dedicating their lives to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai like the prophets are, man. So with that being said, man, you brothers that's dealing with family issues, look, fuck your family. And I'll just be the one to tell you that. Now, you know, you may have give or take situations that, you know, you may have to interact with them with his business, or you may still be close with them, and that's cool. But you have to understand, too, that they're of this world and they don't believe in what you believe in. And ultimately, they despise what you believe in. OK, just upset one of them or piss one of them off, or get into an argument with one of them, or display a different point of view from their tainted ideology. I guarantee you how they feel about you will come out. OK, especially, you know, and I mean, it happens. We've all heard we in a cult, we this, we that. You know, like example, like a while ago, I used to clash with my peoples like that. And I'm like, y'all sure got a lot to say for a nigga that's 500 miles away from you people. Like, what the fuck can y'all say? Like, y'all sit up there and talk about a nigga 500 miles away that don't call, that don't text. They don't even really care if you fucking exist or not. And yet, when shit hits the fan and things go left, y'all have all this negativity to say about the men that y'all don't give a fuck about, man. I always scratch my head on that. Like, how the fuck? Y'all have all this negative shit to say about me, but I don't even be around y'all. I'm not around y'all in a whole different fucking state. And I'm just using that as an example over years, you know, to show you that they sit up and talk shit about you when you ain't around. But when you come around, it's all love, it's all good. They smile in your face. And most of your family is a bunch of fucking women any goddamn way. And, you know, the women, they're feminists, you know. They don't have any structure. They don't believe in the order of men. You try to show them the scriptures that deals with with a patriarchy, not a matriarch, you know. And then they have a problem accepting that, because in their mindset, a man of God is somebody who subject themselves to the feelings of women and kids. And that's totally not in the scriptures. So your family ain't with you, man. And those of you brothers that may be close with your family, hey, good, your pa. But at the same time, look, I will always say this: if you're not in the truth, then you are a possible agent. You can be flipped at any moment. And guaranteeing you, a lot of family members will be pointing fingers at us when shit hits the fan. You know, that's why I don't fuck with. I don't reach out unless they need to. I mean, they'll reach out every once in a while, but me personally, I don't really give a fuck. I've always washed my hand of it. I don't care. You know, it is what it is, and they know how I feel about that. So, you know, for those of you brothers out there, man, you know, just stay in the spirit. But this is the book of Matthew's 10. The fuck? Matthew's 10. And I'm going to start at verses 32. Okay. because the this is the point goes down to 34, but it says that whosoever therefore should confess me before men, him what I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. Yeah, and we confessing Yahweh Shai before men, what our deeds, how we live. Once you come into this thing, you become distant. You start having a point of view, and the fact that they already look down on you, you come with a different doctrine. They're looking at you like, are you in a cult? First thing they say is we're a bunch of hypocrites, we're in cults, we're evil. They're not even taking into consideration that you're dedicating your life to something that you believe in, and they have no particular discipline at all and shit, but they got the audacity to say you in a fucking cult. And the stupid motherfuckers don't even know what a cult means. The prefix of the word cult is culture is cult, which means a belief or worship. But see, these stupid idiots, since they've been brainwashed by fucking Oprah Winfrey and Jenny Jones and all this other dumb shit that they watch, it's Salakia for my vulgarity, man. I've been trying to work on my language a little bit, but I'm in a spirit like this. It is what it is. I'm a bit rough around the edges when need to be. And, Salakia if it's offending anybody. But at the same time, if it offends you, then it's probably not the Israelite channel you want to watch. Okay, you got a lot of fluff and puffs out there. Go watch Teletubbies or something. I don't really care, man, because my message ain't to everybody. It's for people who has an ear to hear and who sincerely feels this. Okay, I'm not here to try to appease anybody or make anybody like me or anything. I don't really give a shit. Okay, and I don't care who feels some type of way about it. And that's just my attitude on it. But anyway, for a bunch of nobodies that have no discipline and nothing, but they have the audacity to throw stones at us because we believe in something or because what they heard through the mainstream narratives. But what they don't understand is that the shit that they believe in is actually a cult. Because most of your families believe in Christianity or the Christian church and all that other madness, but they don't understand that comes from that's occultic. A lot of Christianity that comes from occult rituals is witchcraft. But you can't tell them that because in their mindset, they serving Jesus. Well, okay. Believe that. But it says, but whosoever would deny me before men, him I will also deny before my Father which is in heaven. And we're not denying Yahweh Shai for nobody. Okay, at the end of the day, no matter what these people say, yeah, it could be uncomfortable. It could get you aggravated. It could make you want to do, get angry and aggravated and stuff like that and say things. But overall, man, these people, they hold no weight in your life, man. Okay, this is family that you've gotten in Babylon. You don't know these people. Like whoever your mother was, she probably wasn't your mother in the past life. And that's why we tell you all the time, like the women, they don't have no fucking power over anything, honestly speaking. Now, your father, that's the lineage you come through. You come through the line of your father. You don't know who the hell your mother was in your previous life, man. Then again, the spirit could have linked you up and she could have been, That's for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to really reveal. But it says here, think not that I come to send peace on earth, but I came not to send peace, but a sword. Yeah, so the Lord didn't come to send peace among our peoples, man. Okay, because like I was mentioning, when it comes to adversity among your family, they don't respect you as being a prophet. Because the first thing they're looking at is to try to call you out on something that they feel that you're not doing, that you claim you're about. Like if you claim that you believe in the Bible, they looking for you to slip up or use a word or not do something that they feel you should do just to say you're a hypocrite or say you in a cult. It's like, because in their spirit, they're convicted by your dedication. They're convicted by your discipline towards the Lord. So they're looking for anything to try to make it seem like you're not who you say you are. All because you're not adhering to their worldly ass standards, or because you rebuke them or you say something or the narratives don't mix with theirs. They will find a way on how to make it feel like that you're the one that's going off, and call you a cult. And that's the only thing they go, you in a cult, you in a cult. Like, motherfucker, break down what does cult means. Motherfucker, like you have a cult of everything. You have a cult in martial arts. You have a boxing cult. You got a cult in drawing. You got a cult in cars, like whatever. But it's culture. Hell, your Christianity or your so-called Jesus or Sylvia Brown or whoever the fuck it is you people watch, that's a cultic. But they don't understand discipline because Jake don't have no damn discipline in their life. Okay, Jake is used to living like animals. So anything that comes with some type of semblance of discipline, then they have a problem with it. But it says here, think that I am not, it says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. It says, for I come to set a man at variance against his father and a daughter against her mother. And we're seeing this, man. Okay, families are crashing out at an all-time high. And sooner than later, there's going to be division all the way down to the minute level. Children rising up against the parents, parents rising up against the children. You know, kids are killing their kids because they didn't get the new Nintendo Switch for Christmas. I mean, it's crazy out here, man. And it says here, and the daughter against her mother, and the father and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foe should be there of his own household. And that's the point. Your family is your enemy, man. Okay, like my man Murph say, fuck them niggas. They your relatives, man. They ain't your family. Your family is the brothers in this truth, man. All right, and if you got your head stuck up your family's ass, you better get in the right spirit, because them niggas ain't for you. Okay, your family ain't fucking for you. I don't give a damn what they say. They ain't calling on the name of the Lord. They ain't out here supporting this ministry and lifting you up in the spirit to continue to push forth out of all the adversity that goes on. Then they ain't for you, man. Give a damn what they say. Scripture say, can two walk together lest they be agreed? And you got a bunch of niggas that want to sit up here and just be disagreeable just for the fuck of it. Them ain't people you need to be around. All right, I don't try to push this understanding down their throat. You know what I'm saying? They learn it or they not. And I just tell them, look, you're all going to be destroyed anyway. And that's just what it is. And they're going to find it out. You know, because they don't want to hear from you. They don't want to hear nothing you got to say. And they mindset you ain't right. And they mindset you a demon. And they mindset they just want a reason to hate you. And they don't even know why they feel that way about you. But like the Lord said, it says they've hated Yahushua. They going to hate us. They hated Yahushua. So how much more us? Okay, they hated Yahushua without a fucking cause, man. Like, what did we do to these people to make them hate us so fucking much? You know, like siblings, they argue. People argue with their parents. People argue with their aunties and uncles and cousins. It happens. But what the fuck did we do that was so fucking evil to make these people want to hate us that bad? And that's the easy answer, because we're not of this world. We're different. And there's a spirit in us and there's a spirit in them. And it's opposing one another, man. Because they don't like the spirit in you, because the demons inside them know that you don't fuck with them. That's how it is. It's just how it is. That's just how it was. That's just how the Lord had it set up. It ain't got to be nothing that you physically did, but they're going to find a problem with you. And it says, and he that loveth his father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me, right? So you can't put them over this truth, man. Well, I got to go and my mother, fuck all that, man. Like I tell them all the time, look, don't expect me to be no pallbearers. I ain't coming. I'm not going to no fucking funerals, man. I ain't asked. And if the Lord, Lord forbid, he takes me before he takes them, I don't expect for you niggas to show up either. And that's just what it is. And you ain't even got to know about it. You know what I'm saying? But don't expect me to come back and carry no motherfucking casket, because that's not happening. I don't give a damn if you my brother. I'll see you on the other side, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And they'll try to guilt trip you over that shit. And, we're reasonable men. And we will take care of our families, if we have to. If it's within the realm of the scope of possibility, we will do it. Because that's the type of men we have. But it gets to the point, too, that it's just like, you know what? Enough is enough. You want to be sick, then be sick. That's on you. And it says, and he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. And he that loseth his life shall lose it. He that findeth his life shall lose it. And he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it, man. All right. And that's the point. So, yeah, man, it's just, there's always a state of adversity. Let's look this up in Luke. Luke 12:51. Luke 12:51. It says, suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth. He says, suppose yet I come to give peace on earth. He says, I tell you, nay, but rather division. Yeah, so the Lord come for division. It says, for from henceforth, there should be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. And the father should be divided against the son, and the son against the father, and the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother, and the mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law. All right. And that's the point. So there will be divisions. Yahushua divides men. That's part of it. Because like I mentioned, they're not your real family anyway. Okay, they're just relatives that the Lord has given you in Babylon, but they're not even your family. They're just relative. They just niggas that you call cousins and shit like that. They don't mean shit. All right. Luke 14, and I'm gonna start at verses 25. And it says, and there went great multitudes with him, and he turned and said unto them, if any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, in his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. Okay. So when you go into that word hate, it doesn't mean literally have a hatred or affinity for him, but then sometimes it can be that, depending on the type of offenses that was drawn from him. You know, but it's actually talking about not putting them before you. So when people see this, you know, oh my God, you gotta hate me. I ain't gotta, man, don't means I hate you, like fuck you, motherfucker. And then some cases it can be that, depending on the offenses. And a lot of times it be you people that draw first blood because you don't want to understand or comprehend where we come from, because the spirit ultimately is not dealing with you people. All right. And it's easy. The spirit is not dealing with you, Jakes, man. All right. This is the book of Matthew 13. And I'm going to start at verses 54. And it says, and when he was to come into his own country, he taught them in their synagogue, and so much that they were astonished and sad, and said, whence have this man this wisdom in these mighty works? Meaning, like, how the hell did he, who the hell is this guy? So when you come with the knowledge and the breakdown, and you seem like you've been studied, and, you know, you have a different perspective on life, they look at you as like, who the hell is this guy? You know, and they may sit and listen to you, but deep down inside, they're looking for an issue with you. Well, he missed his daughter's 15th birthday party. You a hypocrite. You ain't Jesus. Like fuck you. Like, what the fuck? Like, where in the scriptures that Yahweh Shai said I gotta come and fucking go to a goddamn child's birthday party? Where's that in the scriptures? Also, the Lord said, don't give nobody strength over thee as long as thou livest. Also, when it comes to the kids, the scriptures say, let them seek to thee than to stand for their courtesy. So you ain't gotta reach out to your fucking kids, man, if they ain't in no right spirit. You know what I'm saying? That ain't our fucking job to be family man of the year. And granted, the Lord makes the family situation work out for you, then, hey, it is what it is. But ultimately, our ultimate focus is this word. Okay, it ain't our job to chase somebody to make them do right and be in our lives. That ain't our fucking jobs, man. You know, they want you to throw your life away and go and chase a system to make everything fruitful for them. And ultimately, they just want to feel better about themselves. So they want to use you as a token pit in order to elevate themselves, man, so they can brag on you. You know, they want to get the bragging rights on you type shit. But it says, and it came to pass, it says, is this not the carpenter's son? It says, is not his mother called Mary, and his brethren James and Joses and Simon and Judas? And that's a cut to the virgin birth madness, because it says, is this not the carpenter's son? Right. So that proves right there that Joseph and Mary had sex. All right. Joseph and Mary had sex according to the Bible. We don't give a damn what you said, what you people think. Okay. If Yahweh Shai is of the tribe of Judah, compacted of the seed of man, that means he had a physical birth through physical specimen, man. That means that Joseph took his rod and he inserted into Mary's vagina, and they had sex, and Yahweh Shai was conceived. That's what it is. Ain't no angel come down and get her pregnant. Angels do not have sex. But in that Christian church, they teach you that sex is wicked. How in the hell is sex wicked when the scriptures tells us to be fruitful and multiply? All right. Now, you people weaponize sex, and the women are all out of order. They all, you know, whores. And that's the sin of it all. But ultimately, having sex with a woman is not a sin. But see, church, well, you can't have sex until you get married. They teach that having sex is a bad thing. Well, how the fuck did your black ass get here? Huh? I'm tired of you. I'm just tired of Jake, bro. But it says, is this not the carpenter's son? It says, is not his mother called Mary, and his brethren James and Joses and Simon and Judas? And his sisters, are they not all with us? Notice they didn't name the women. They named the brothers. It says, whence then have this man all these things? Meaning, how is he able to do these things? Isn't this his family? So when they see, they're like, wait a minute, I remember you used to stay such and such. I remember you used to do backflips off porches and all this other stuff. Now so you just this prophet. You all upright. You don't eat pork. You got a beard on your face. You condemning people. They look at you like you crazy. But the minute you didn't send that PS4 in the mail for your kid, and all of a sudden you a hypocrite, you in a cult, you this and you that, when you ain't bowing down or you don't want your fucking kid to go out the country, you know what I'm saying, type shit, and then all of a sudden now you ain't a man of the Lord. Like, get the fuck out of here. You people's loaded statements don't dictate our spirit or how the Lord feels about us, man. Because the Lord is taking care of his men. You the niggas that got to worry about what the hell is going on. Okay, Trump cutting all types of shit. Y'all got to worry about it, man. We gonna be good. Because as far as I'm concerned, he can take all this shit with him. We don't give a fuck, man. He can take it all. He gonna take it all any damn way. So let him take it. Y'all attached to it. We not. We're waiting on it. And it says here, and they were offended in him. Yeah, they're offended in you, bro. They were offended in him. But Yahushua said unto them, a prophet is not without honor, save in his own country and in his house. So Yahushua told us right there, like, you a man of the Lord. Don't expect these people to believe in you. Don't expect for them to respect you. They hate you just off the fact of what you in. These people don't care about you, man. Yahushua even told you that. And it says, and he did not many mighty works there because of their unbelief. So, Lord, I ain't got to prove nothing to y'all. All right, because no matter what, if I do it, y'all going to say I'm a demon. If I don't do it, you going to call me a demon. So you damn if you do, you damn if you don't with Jake. So fuck your family, man. Stop trying to please them niggas. They ain't shit. All right, they ain't shit, and the Most High is going to destroy their. He's going to put every last one of them to pasture. All right, you be lucky if one of them make it out of your family, man. And that's excluding a brother that may be in the faith that's actually your blood brother. But if you ain't got an actual blood brother in this faith, then your fucking family ain't gonna make it up out of here, man. The hell? One more precept. John 7:10, it says, but when his brethren were gone up, then went he also into the feast, not openly, but as it were in secret. And then the Jews sought him at the feast and said, where is he? And there was much murmuring among the people concerning him. For some said he is a good man, and others say nay, but he deceived the people. Okay, so you had mixed reviews on him. Certain people are gonna like you. So yeah, he's a good guy, but when it comes to the inner dealings, they're gonna, oh nah, he has an attitude problem. He's standoffish. He don't like nobody. He's mean. You know, they're gonna say all these things about you. Because ultimately, they don't understand the spirit that's in you, man. They don't understand Yahushua. That's why Yahushua said that they do these things unto me or unto you because they don't know the Father nor me. They don't know Yahushua. So, of course, they're going to have that viewpoint about you. You can't let that bother you, man. You know, some of you brothers, you may have beautiful relationships with your family, with your father and mother. Unfortunately, my father is not here. He's dead. He's in the spirit world. You know what I'm saying? And honestly speaking, the only person I ever really respected in my family, you know, by default was my father. You know, yeah, they said all types of fucked up shit about him, but he ain't alive to tell his side. And I know for a fact how he felt because I'm going through the same shit he went through. And the fact that he can't defend himself, like they say, dead man can tell no tales. Just off what I experienced as being a man around the opposition, I know why he felt the way he felt. And I know exactly why he was pushed away and didn't do what the fuck they wanted him to do. I see it now. So it ain't nothing that they can tell me about my father. Was he perfect? Fuck no, he wasn't perfect. Of course he wasn't. But I see it now. You know what I'm saying? The spirit allowed me to see. The spirit was like, yeah, your pops, man, he wasn't all the way wrong in this shit. Because I see where the problem is now. I see it clear. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, y'all the fucking problem. I'm going through the same shit. So it's like, I see it, you know? But that's how it is, man, you know? But anyway, I'm going to end it giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, you were edified. To the next lesson. Shalom.